Welcome to the YouTube lessons on ECGs in clinical practice. I am Dr. Mrs. D.S. Gunawardana, one of the consultant cardiac electrophysiologists working attached to the National Hospital Kandy, Sri Lanka. I have been working in the same station since year 2003. Since then, I have been conducting classes on interpretation of ECGs to medical students, medical officers, and postgraduate trainees. The textbook ECGs in Clinical Practice was written and published by me in year 2019. Material in this YouTube lecture series are from ECGs in Clinical Practice. I hope this YouTube lecture series will help you interpret ECGs. Lesson 9, we will discuss about escape rhythms. Nodal rhythm is one of the escape rhythms. Then slow ventricular rhythms are also a kind of escape rhythms. Here let's discuss the mechanism of nodal rhythm. When the SA node is not functioning, this AV node can act as the pacemaker of the heart. The emission rate of AV node is usually less than 60 beats per minute. When AV node emits an electrical impulse, it depolarizes the ventricle to the normal conduction system, therefore giving rise to narrow QRS complex, and it depolarizes atria simultaneously with ventricles from bottom to the top. That is called retrograde depolarization of atria. If the ECG is done, what you can see, bradycardia rate below 60, QRS complexes are narrow, regular rhythm. If you analyze the baseline, you can't see P waves because these retrograde P waves are hidden behind QRS complexes in this case. If you see narrow complex bradycardia, RR intervals are regular. If you can't see any atrial activity on the baseline, you can make the diagnosis of nodal bradycardia. Nodal bradycardia. But sometimes these retrograde P waves may appear on the ST segment. In inferolateral leads, these retrograde P waves appear as inverted P waves on the ST segment. So if you see a regular bradyarrhythmia with narrow QRS complexes with retrograde P waves are like this, you can make the diagnosis of nodal bradycardia. Now this rhythm strip, lead to rhythm strip, shows nodal bradycardia with retrograde P waves, you see, on the ST segment. Now let's learn about the mechanism of slow ventricular rhythms. You can see broad complex rhythms, but the rate is less than 120. Usually they are regular rhythms, regular RR interval, no regular atrial activity on the baseline, that means not in sinus rhythm, no atrial tachyarrhythmias, So these are called escape ventricular rhythms or idioventricular rhythms. There what happened? Either SA node or both SA node and AV node are not functioning. Then the ventricle emits the escape beats to depolarize the ventricle, rate below 120 beats per minute. If the rate is above 120 beats per minute, that is diagnosed as ventricular tachycardia. So those slow ventricular rhythms are termed idioventricular rhythms. Now in idioventricular rhythm, there is escape focus in the ventricle. It depolarizes the ventricle in abnormal manner. Therefore, QRS complexes are broad and the ventricular rate is slow. In 20% of population, this AV node can conduct those electrical impulses in retrograde manner, and those impulses can depolarize the atria from bottom to the top. Therefore, in slow ventricular rhythms also, you may see retrograde P waves, but the QRS complexes are broad. If you see this ECG with limb leads, but you can see broad QRS complexes. There are no regular atrial activity, like not in sinus rhythm, no atrial fibrillation, atrial flutter, atrial tachycardia. Rate around 60. On the ST segment, you can see retrograde P waves. So as the rate is below less than 120, it is diagnosed as idioventricular rhythm. Now we have come to the end of this YouTube lecture series on interpretation of ECGs. My special thanks go to Prabhat Chaturanga, 4th year medical student, University of Peradeniya, Sri Lanka. Thank you so much to all of you.